Okay. So secondary is moving to a new timetable for our new semester, semester two, and explain to me how this new schedule works.
So it's not as easy as the normal set a meeting and your students join in their calendar because of the 5-period rotation. And not just the rotation of the periods, but the rotation of the weeks. So no 2 weeks are going to look alike like right away. So if you look at your calendar here,
So if I were to double click to create a new calendar event,
yep.
And I'm going to, okay, so just give me a course code.
Yeah, so ENG2D.
ENG2D, and I'm going to put my last name in it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that it happens in period 2, let's say. So if I add that in there and add my students in with my distribution list, the problem is this: I can't set the time and the repeating reoccurrences of it, because even if I try to do a custom reoccurrence, I can't make it fit the way that our new schedule rotates. Is that correct?
Yeah, and it's because the schedule rotates with a second repeat period. So you might have English twice that day. And then your Friday might be a 5.1, but then your next Friday might be a day 2.
Okay.
So it's just not easy.
Okay, so it'll be difficult to have a standard meeting that way then. So what I could do then is I could make this an all-day meeting, which means it's going to sit right up at the top of my calendar so I can always see it. It'll just sit there, and all of my classes then will just be lined up at the top. So I'm going to make it an all-day meeting, and that all-day meeting does repeat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's
Monday to Friday, weekday. And then you also want to add, say, June 27th.
For the end date.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then I save it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now I've got a reoccurring meeting, and even though it's an all-day meeting, it doesn't mean we're in that meeting all day. It's just a matter, I can still start it and stop it whenever I want. It's just where I'm going to find it on my calendar when I want to go in. So I can, if I add my students in up here using my class distribution list, so let's say I did _C _ and then I did my ENG 2D and then the section, and I added them in with using my distribution list. That would add all of the students in as well. But then they're going to see this in their team's calendar sitting up at the top of their calendar, correct?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. So I can do it that way, or I can come down to channel and add my whole team in. So I know it's called Tanya's. Be helpful if I could spell my own name. Tanya's practice team. So I'm going to add my general channel for that team, and that will automatically, any of the students who are a member in my team, it will automatically add those students to this meeting, even if the students in the team change over time, right? Whoever's in that team has access to this meeting.
And giving it access to all your students over just the select few that are doing synchronous, they might have to be home with COVID, or potentially if there was a shutdown, then it's all just set up already.
And ready to roll. So if I find out I have to go back online tomorrow, no problem. Everyone's already in here, and I'm going to teach them then how to access this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to send that out. And then what's going to happen when I want to join my class meetings is I'm just going to come to the top of my calendar. So it won't matter where I am on my calendar during the day, time-wise. They're just going to hang out here right at the top of my calendar. So I can click on them and then start that meeting, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start that meeting now. Let me just join it.
You're going to go back in. We were going to talk about the meeting options.
Okay.
Because one question we have a lot from educators is, well, if it's up there, they can start the meeting anytime they want.
Okay, so we're going to prevent that then.
Yeah.
So I'm double clicking on the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to close that. I think what I'll do is I'll click once on the meeting. And I'm going to choose to edit this meeting, but I want to edit the whole series, not just that one meeting. So I'll edit the whole series. And then once we're in here, I'm going to go to my meeting options. I'm on a nice big screen. If I were on a smaller screen, that would be a little ... over here somewhere where I'd have to go to find it. So I'm going to go to my meeting options and wait until it opens.
And while it's opening, you could always set your meetings for every single day, but that means that you're going to be setting a meeting every single day from now until the end of June.
Whereas
so
this is just kind of a set it and forget it.
Yeah.
It's up
Yeah,
there. It's
exactly.
ready to roll. Okay. All right. So who can bypass the lobby?
Now, we suggest only me, because if a student were to start a meeting, which again, they could always start any of the meetings inside their calendar, but we suggest putting the lobby on for only me, because if they do start it at the wrong time, they will not be able to get in until you go in and you allow them to come into the meeting.
Right. So I don't have, like at school, a bunch of kids in a classroom chatting unattended, right?
Yeah,
so now they
exactly.
can't do that in my meeting either. Okay. And now who can present? I'm going to be the only one to present, unless I want to hand that over to a student during a meeting, which I can do very easily.
Yeah. Same with the mic and the camera. You can have them off to start and then switch it as you proceed with your class, or you can leave them on. That's just personal preference.
Okay. All right. And then we're going to save that.
Yeah. Now, our next biggest question is, how do the students find these meetings? What do they do to know?
So then from the student perspective, then, if we teach them to come into your team and then look for the general channel and then look for that camera icon, if they click that camera icon, now you're already there. Yeah, but if you were in a different location, maybe scroll up in your posts for a second and we'll just check this. So there we go. When you click that camera,
one here
should take them to that join button right away, right?
Yeah.
So lots of ways to get in there.
No, if I click it doesn't do anything if I click the camera, but it shows if I'm away from that post.
It's going to show it right at the top for you.
It shows at the top, so I could click join there, or if this is pinned, I can click join here. You can teach them that, again, the camera's on, it's dark purple, but I can click there, and that's how I can get into the meeting.
Perfect. Okay, and can you show me then, if you were the teacher and you wanted to pin this right here?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure you can actually pin it in this.
I'll just go into my practice team and I'll pin something.
Perfect. So that's how the students would join at any rate.
Yeah. So if I want, and I'm going to show you, I've made an example of what a schedule could look like for one class. I have this green pin here. And if I'm going to just unpin it. So if I go to that ... and I click on pin, it's going to prompt me to pin the message so that everybody who goes into the channel will see this right away. So when you pin that, that's the first thing that they're going to see.
And
can
you just remind us how you created that announcement?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to save these times so I can put it in easily. But what I did was I went to new conversation. I went to an announcement so that it looks kind of, big and bold. Call it whatever you want, but ENG 2D class meeting link. Here is the link to join the synchronous meetings. And if you mention the channel, then they will get a notification, like a ding on their phone, on their Teams, to say, my teacher has put something out. And I would first put in the schedule. So I'd saved that. So you could, show them what the day 1 time looks like, the day 2 time. And then, the 5.1 is just like a day 1. The 5.2 is just like a day 2, etc. And you need that link in there. So I would say, please click here to join our daily class meeting, or look for the camera icon. And in order to get that link, what you want to do is you want to go back. This won't go away when I leave, but you want to go back to that scheduled meeting. And I wonder if I can take it from yours. You're going to take from your meeting this click here to join the meeting. So I'm going to copy that link. And then I'm going to go back to my post.
And just paste it in.
And paste it in. So I can do 2 things. I can paste that in. It'll show up like this. Or a nice thing to do is hyperlink it. So I'm going to go to the little link right here. Text to display. So ENG 2D. Oops. Meeting link. And I'm going to put that in there. And then it's pretty like that. And I might add, like, a smiley face or a clock or a set of books.
Right.
So then I'm going to send that out to my class. They're going to get a ding, ding, ding that this is this class meeting link. I'm going to pin it for them. There we go. And it's going to show up there.
Can we copy everything that's in that announcement? Because I'm thinking there's another place we put this information too. So if you go up to the top and just click on plus to create a tab at the top.
Yep.
And then select Word from the available apps.
Okay. It's the first one.
That was almost too convenient.
I'm going to call this class schedule. And can I make a new one?
Yeah, we're going to put it, let's put it in the class materials.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. We're going to have to create it first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to Files.
Mm-hmm. So we'll take that, we'll go to Files, and in class, yep, create a new Word document. And I'll paste that same information in here and give it a title.
Okay, so that came from there. I don't need that. Oops. There's the meeting link. I'm going to hold that information. I don't need that there. And there's the information that I need. So I need the times that they're going to go in, their meeting link. I'm going to close that. Because it's in class materials, the kids can't fiddle around with that or get rid of it. And then we're going to go, I can just go right to that class schedule. Mm-hmm. And I can make it a tab. Mm-hmm. There you go.
And now we've got a tab that's right in their face. So they don't have to scroll anywhere else. They just click it and it's right there. I like that too. So now they've got two places to find it, and whatever they find most convenient, we've got options for them there. But we put it in several places so they can find it
Yeah.
easily.
And another nice thing you can actually even add in here is you could snip the schedule of the month. So where it has the day
Oh, that's
1
a
to
great idea.
4, yeah, and the 5.1 to 5.4.
That's a great idea.